long-term security guarantees for Ukraine, which Western allies agreed at the NATO summit in Vilnius, should most effectively persuade Russian dictator Putin to end the war. This statement was made by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken during his visit to Indonesia.
It may be the best way to disabuse Vladimir Putin of the idea that he can somehow outlast Ukraine and outlast the dozens of countries that are supporting Ukraine in defense of its freedom and its future. And that's the quickest way, probably, to bring this war to an end, because as long as Putin believes he can just continue this indefinitely, despite the horrific costs that he's incurred on Russia itself, the damage that he's done to his own country is extraordinary.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has announced the start of the process of preparing to sign agreements with the allies on security guarantees for Ukraine. Now, each of the G7 states, as well as other countries willing to become guarantors, will negotiate long-term bilateral security commitments for Ukraine. Within 24 hours after the NATO summit ended, 6 countries joined the process.
The Czech Republic, Denmark, the Netherlands, Norway, Spain and Sweden. Thank you. I am confident the circle of guarantors will grow. Ukraine and the United States will maintain a list of states that will join our declaration with the G7 on security guarantees on the way to NATO.
Prime Minister of the Netherlands, Mark Rutte, has said that Ukraine will definitely become a member of the alliance. According to him, cooperation with Ukraine is being stepped up at all levels. Rutte stated that Russia's war against Ukraine makes it clear that defense and deterrence on NATO territory require commitment from all alliance members.
But more importantly, Ukraine is guaranteed our long-term military support. By doing so, we are helping Ukraine to build an army capable of countering the Russian threat and operating in line with NATO standards. Mark Rutte, Prime Minister of the Netherlands, on Twitter.
Finland, Iceland, Belgium and Portugal also joined the declaration of support for Ukraine. Bulgaria announced the allocation of a large package of military aid to Kyiv for the first time since the beginning of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine. It included 100 armored vehicles from the arsenal of the Bulgarian police, mostly armored personnel carriers. Before that, military aid from Bulgaria was secret. Sofia transferred mainly ammunition to Kyiv.
This is armored military equipment acquired during the revitalization process and never used. At the same time, it generates storage and maintenance costs. Ukrainians will make sure that this equipment is useful to them. Ivailo Mirchev, member of the National Assembly of Bulgaria, from an article by Euractiv.
The Ukrainian authorities have already started preparations for the next NATO summit, which will be held in Washington in 2024. By that time, Ukraine should have already concluded bilateral agreements with the guarantor countries.
The security guarantees that Ukraine will receive as a result of the agreement on the declaration are devoid of any theoretical nature. They take into account all the experiences of our war. Bilateral agreements with the guarantor countries will clearly define the mechanics of support for our state. Andriy Yermak, head of the office of the President of Ukraine, on air of the All Ukraine Telethon.
In addition to providing military support, the guarantor countries will help improve the stability of the Ukrainian economy and energy sector and provide technical and financial assistance. They will also take economic and legal measures to hold Russia accountable for crimes against Ukraine and Ukrainians. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Natalia Husak, Volodymyr Shtengelov, UATV News.